Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to noon Central. You're on the In Wheel Time car show, coming to you today from the NHRA Spring Nationals in the fall. I'm kind of grooving to that kind of music.
Groovy, baby.
Yeah. Wrapping up the show today.
Do we need to make room so you can do the worm? No, apparently not.
You used to do the worm, didn't you?
I'm more of a mashed potato guy.
Don's more of on the table. We clear the spot off right here. He'll be up here on.
Well, there is that.
Just say
There's no pole. All right. Well, joining us right now in our remote studio today, Brad Gerber. He's the NHRA Vice President of Development. Brad, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, big news. See you later, Coca-Cola, Mellow Yellow, because we got Camping World now with us.
Yes, that is big news. Coca-Cola is great partners for 19 years.
Yep.
We're very fortunate to have a partner like Camping World come in. It's a very unique situation how that whole program got put together.
Yeah.
But Marcus Lemonis, reached out, and
I'm a big fan of his TV show.
oh yeah, the
And I
Prophet.
thought, wait a minute, NHRA, Brad, why can you can't go wrong on this? You've probably got as many campers back here as you got race cars or more.
There is no doubt about that. You walk around, I'm always amazed how many toter homes and camp trailers and RVs and everything that's out there.
Well,
and I think
it's an event to come here. You come for the weekend.
yeah, you're camping.
Yeah,
You're camping.
and you don't want to drive off to a hotel. You
Well-
want to stay here and be part of everything.
Glamping.
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 That's what he does.
No, it's dramping. Drag racing.
Dramping.
Okay.
If you saw me last weekend at the Colorado River, I was not glamping.
I'll bet. Well, so how are things going now that we've got a new sponsor and, you've got to try to engage all of that and get everybody on board?
Plus, you got Toyota to sign up for another 3 years.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much on that. They've been great partners for the last, this will be 20 years coming in next year.
Yeah.
They've
Wow.
been partners with the NHRA. And, but back to the Camping World thing, there is so much opportunity for not only the tracks and the racers and the teams and the league, but this is a category that amazingly enough, we just don't have people in. We don't have a lot of people in the hunting, fishing, camping as sponsors. Okay, although our
And it
demographics
seems
line
like
up
it's a
perfectly with it.
natural.
It's a natural, absolutely, it's a natural. It's complete natural, and I think because of that, a lot of times people look at Camping World will cause other people to look at us now. Okay.
Yes.
And they'll look at us. I just had someone else out here that's a local company out here, and they're looking at us right now because of Camping World. Okay. So I think there's great opportunity there, and it'll be a great opportunity for teams as well, which is as important. The agreement that we did actually kind of, I always say, takes the handcuffs off. Okay.
Yes.
Because we were the teams can now go out and find a carbonated soft drink or a water or energy drink or
they're not tied into that one particular brand.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And on to Toyota, the question on Toyota, 20 years. Yeah, that's they've been great partners for 20 years. They support a ton of people out here. J.R. Todd, that was just on,
Yep.
obviously champion just a couple years ago in Funny Car. Alexis DeJoria back this year.
Yes.
Okay, running.
Antron.
Antron
She was on
Brown.
earlier. Yep.
Sean Langdon and Doug Coletta. Doug Coletta's in the running for the Top Fuel Championship right now. And he's fighting it out with those boys from Kilgore, Texas.
Yes, exactly.
And, so it'll be a fun race. It'll be a fun year end of the season here. This race here in Houston, and heading to Las Vegas here in just next week. So it'll be
I
fun.
noticed that you don't have as much hair this year as you did last year, and I'm sure it's because you've been pulling it out with this whole COVID thing.
Brad, he
And-
says that to me all the time.
yeah, and the drag racing, oh my God, the scheduling and races dropped, and what a mess.
Holy
How have you been
smokes.
dealing this?
Wow,
I mean, do
it
you
is-
sleep at night anymore?
Well, I thought I didn't sleep much, but Marcus Lemonis, he doesn't sleep at all. I don't think
He's one of those kind of guys, though.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been an interesting year. Every single track that we go to, between we're going there and we're working with state, local authorities, with health departments, the fire department, the police department. Sometimes people are contradicting what they say. But we've been so fortunate to get in what we've got in. It's been a real fight to get it in. Everybody across the board has had to take sacrifices across the board, from the NHRA to the tracks to the race teams.
To the fans, everybody's trying to adjust.
Everybody's adjusting, and it's a good point that everybody here is wearing masks, and I was walking through the pits, and a couple people weren't wearing masks, and I had just asked them. I said, "Hey, would you mind putting on your mask?" And kind of looked at me, and I said, "It's really, there's people that really don't want us to race, and those people will actually come out and want to get pictures.
Don't give them an
look for a reason.
Right.
Yeah, don't give them an
Nitpick,
excuse."
yeah.
And they just right away put it up and said, "We understand. We all want to be here racing." So that's we're fortunate. We have some very loyal fans. Okay.
Yes, you do.
We have some great sponsors. Okay. And they've been very, they've been working with us. Okay. So we've all been working
personally
together.
hate meetings. Oh my God! I can only imagine how many.
We're on the same page.
Do you live in meetings all the time, doing this, doing that?
You know
dealing
my
with it?
style, yes. I'm in a lot of meetings.
But I think you got to get it short to the
But
point.
in this time and age, it's got to be conference calls or Zoom meetings or
Oh,
something
we're
like that,
Zooming,
which
we're
to me is
Microsoft
worse.
Teaming, we're doing all kinds of stuff. I'm Googling. We have all types of streaming things that, it's just keeping track of them all right now. It's pretty amazing.
Let's get back to writing letters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
writing letters.
there's that.
Handwriting letters.
There you go.
As you see my notes right here.
Well,
So-
the other cool thing is you kind of developed your process at Indy early on when you got back to racing, so that you could take that template and bring it to St. Louis and bring it to Dallas and bring it to Houston
Yes.
and Gainesville and stuff. So I thought, for me as an outsider looking in, I thought that was a genius way to go about it. Land here, learn what we're doing to do it right, and then we can bring it other
Have a
places.
couple of
Tweak it,
minutes so
fix
you
it, right.
finalize your processes and
It
get everything
really-
in place.
Yeah, it really was a good. It really was a good place. We own that track outright, so it was a great place to actually work with the public health department, the police, and fire at Brownsburg, and we all kind of worked together and really kind of set all the protocols and how we would do it and how we would execute it. We took that formula. We raced there 3 times before and then 3 times, and then the final race with the U.S. Nationals there, but I guess 4 times altogether. But I said the finals race. That wasn't the finals race. The final race at Indianapolis. I should
We
clarify
got it.
that.
Yeah.
So, but we took that kind of game plan and that book, and we actually went to Gainesville and actually used that. That allowed us to race there. And then we're taking that book to go to each one of these tracks and showing them what we're doing, how we're doing it, and really being safe. As I walked in today, masks. They've temperature checked me.
Right.
They're giving out hand sanitizer all over the place. So we're being as responsible as possible, and while still trying to live our lives.
Well, you,
Right.
you refine the product that you already had. You just tweak that product and then reintroduce that product to the public.
Yes, yeah, and it definitely is a tweaking of the product. Okay, but yeah, it's been successful. There is I don't have to go into real details, but I know the health department looked at us at all our races, and I've read and heard that they can't track one case back to our races.
amazing.
Okay, with all the
Congratulations.
contact tracing, which was amazing. Yeah.
So a
Congratulations.
little shift of gear here. Hey, I guess congratulations for another up with Fox TV.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
They do a really good job for you.
They really are phenomenal partners. We
so
own all
much
our.
better than what you had before.
Oh, you just think about the future. I'm not talking about the past.
Don't look behind.
You kind of remember what you did in the past. Okay?
Just so you don't make
Yeah.
the same
So-
mistake again.
Exactly, I say that all the time.
Yeah, but to have that experience in the booth that can speak from being behind the wheel, I think is tremendous as well with Tony.
Yeah, with Tony and Brian Loans and stuff, Tony Pedregon and Brian Loans. But our former partner, great, that was good. But we signed this new agreement with Fox Sports in 2016, and that lasted. We were up 72% in viewership from 2016 to 2019. We're writing off this 2020 COVID year.
Yeah.
Okay, but Fox has been great partners, and one of the things that really is working well for us is when we signed that agreement with Fox in 2016, we actually brought all our production in house. So everybody out there doing the TV, it's actually the NHRA Productions doing the TV
Wow.
out
Nice.
there. So
Smart move.
we own the cameras, we own the
Yep.
camera people, we own the cameras, we don't own the people. They're employees of ours.
Right.
The announcers, things
Kind of
that.
like
So it
what
really makes,
Become Auctions has done.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Love to watch that show.
Yes, exactly.
you
but I
got
mean,
control.
that's what they do. I mean, they own all that stuff, and they just buy the time. And hey,
Yeah, you got the quality control. You get your processes the way you want. You get your people the way say, why don't you just go do it?
Yeah, we create the narrative, and we know what's happening in the pits. We know what's happening, socially. We know what's happening behind the scenes, so we can actually create some really good stories and direct that narrative.
So let's talk about 2021.
2021. I'll talk about that because I didn't finish on Fox.
Okay.
We start our new
Okay.
agreement on 2021 with Fox.
Okay.
So the new agreement actually takes us from 4 Fox broadcast shows to 8 Fox broadcast shows, where traditionally in the fall races we tend to fall off on our ratings. We work with Fox to have a lead-in on an NFL on Fox lead-in. So a lead-in meaning that they'll precede our show, which should give us a nice bump and some nice awareness there. So yeah, it starts in 2021 and goes through 2026. We're real excited about that.
So how are you going? You have to have a plan in place. If this COVID thing continues through the winter, what are you going to do with the Pomona race out of the box? I mean, how do you plan for something like this?
So good question. We actually we announced the schedule. Has 22 races on the schedule right now, and what we're doing is we're not starting in Pomona. Very unusual. We're not starting in Pomona. Usually our first race and our last race is in Pomona.
Right.
Has been forever. Yeah.
Has been forever. We decided that we're going to start on the East Coast at our track in Gainesville. We're going to start with the Gator Nationals. We're starting a month later, so that'll buy us some time to give us a little bit of time, and then we'll start working our way back west.
Smart thinking, yeah.
So when we go from Gainesville, I'm going to do this off the top of my head, so I may have it a little bit off, but Gainesville, and then we go to Atlanta, then we come out west, and we're in Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Pomona all back to back. Okay.
Shorten the loop.
Shorten the loop, help the teams actually stay in a little area here, so it actually reduces the cost of them having to crisscross the country as well.
Right.
So that's why we're doing that. It actually buys us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You got it together, man. Congratulations on all your hard work.
Can't take any more of this.
No, I know.
I can actually. Bring it on.
We've got a little cot so you can lay down and take a nap in the back now.
These you can't see it on radio right now, but the eyes are red.
I can only imagine.
All's good, though.
Well, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for
Thank you.
stopping by. We really appreciate it, and it's great to see you. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Okay.
Brad Gerber, he's the NHRA Vice President of Development. We've got more of the In Wheel Time Car Show, sponsored by Toyota, right here from Houston Raceway Park and the NHRA Spring Nationals. We'll see you in just a few seconds. Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Show, coming to you live today from the NHRA Spring Nationals in the fall here at Houston Raceway Park. Our show today was sponsored by Toyota. We really appreciate them being a part. Speaking of Toyota, I have a little car review. It's kind of out of order, but we got a lot of guests and we wanted to get them in. So I had a chance to drive the Toyota RAV4. Comes in these trim levels: the LE, the XLE, the XLE Premium, the Adventure, and the TRD Off-Road. Guess which one I had? The TRD Off-Road.
Well, there you go.
And I'm still driving it, as a matter of fact. I kind of scooted it up in my car review, so I made sure that I was doing it today, since we're sponsored by Toyota.
That makes sense.
Yeah, small SUV, seats 5, all new in 2019. Tacoma-looking grille makes it look more off-roady.
Oh, yeah. It adds that familiar look to it as well.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a safari bar in the front.
Black trim on the wheel openings, black wheels, dual exhaust. I really do like its rugged appearance. Interior, it's got that inductive phone charger in the front of the console. Boy,
Love that.
I love
Yeah.
that. That thing is really handy. Large touchscreen mounted atop the dash. Interesting pattern in the seat backs and the seat bottoms. And, of course, it's got the TRD stitched in the headrest back there. Four-wheel drive controls on the center console, easy for the driver. Cargo trunk room, adequate. Of course, it's the usual stuff. Put down the back seats, and you got a ton of room back there.
Yep.
And if not, you got enough room to put a couple of bags. Cargo trunk room, adequate, as I said. What I liked, the indestructible interior. And it was. It has a 2.5-liter inline four-cylinder engine, 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic transmission. It'll tow up to 1,500 pounds. It gets 25 miles per gallon city, 32 highway for a combined of 27. Right now, I'm getting 28.6. Now, most of it is on the freeway, but it's pretty darn good. Yeah. What I liked about it, the mileage,
And the looks. It's a good-looking truck.
the ride and handling, it has a sporty off-road feel, but it's not too off-roady. So you can use it every day. this one is that new gray that everybody's coming out with.
Oh, the non-metallic?
The non-metallic.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Base trim price $35,180. Prices tested $41,385. The base model price $25,950. So the competitors to this: the Honda CR-V for $25,050, the Mazda CX-5 for $25,190, and the Hyundai Tucson for $23,550. Also off-road competition: Jeep Cherokee and Subaru Forester. I just thought that I would throw those in.
Nice.
That is our car review this hour of the 2020 RAV4 TRD off-road. Did you want to do auto history? We've got a couple of seconds here.
If you want to, if we got time.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, again, this week in automotive history, in 1919, on this day, Rolls-Royce of America was established, and their luxurious motor cars would provide a favorite means of transport to American drivers. Something a lot of people may not realize, that Rolls-Royce actually built vehicles in Springfield, Massachusetts. Everybody thinks of them as a British car. They actually had a production facility in Springfield, Massachusetts.
A repair facility up there.
No, they had a production facility. Back in the 20s, they had a production facility there. In 1951, Hudson launched the mono-built design, an innovative design of what has now become what's called a unibody car. So it didn't have a separate chassis. It was a unibody car, but Hudson was the one who developed that in production.
God, that's ugly.
I kind of like it.
You would.
I do. I like that.
In 1970, on this day, in the Bonneville Salt Flats, Gary Gabelich went 631 miles an hour in his rocket-powered Blue Flame, momentarily achieving 650 miles an hour. In 1973 was the start of the Arab oil embargo.
Oh, God, I remember that.
Wasn't that a nightmare?
Oh.
When they had to change all the mechanical gas pumps out around the world because they only went up to 99 cents.
That's right.
They had to add the extra digit to it. In 1982, John DeLorean, who began his automotive career with Packard back in the 50s and then went on to Pontiac in 59, and at Pontiac he brought out the GTO, the Grand Prix, the Firebird and such, and then he went on to Chevrolet and launched the Vega.
Oh, boy.
And then he left Chevrolet.
He launched the Vega.
Yeah, there he is.
You could have gone all day and not told me that. I bought two of those things.
My brother had one.
And then, leaving his $650,000 a year job, he went on to start DeLorean Motor Company. Well, in 1982, this week was when he was busted for cocaine money laundering.
He's trying to gain money for his
trying to get
business to
money.
keep
He
the
was
DeLorean company afloat.
Trying to and then 2 years later, a federal jury ruled that he was a victim of entrapment and acquitted of all charges. Nonetheless, it destroyed his car company.
His career never got back.
Yeah. And then in 1985, this week, was when the original Back to the Future movie was released.
Dun, dun, dun.
And October 26th of 1995 at 1:22 p.m. Well, I'm reading both of them. October 26th of 1995 at 1:22 p.m. What happened?
The first DeLorean went.
That was when they sent the dog a minute into the future.
Okay.
So when you see that screen of the dash of the DeLorean, that was the time. October 26, 1995, 1:22 p.m.
So I wanted to tell everybody that today, the 24th, we're going to have Camping World Series qualifying at 12:45 and 3:45 out here in Houston.
You still got time to get out here. Get in your car.
Houston Raceway Park. Tomorrow, eliminations begin at 10 a.m.
Oh, a little earlier.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Of course, there's going to be 3 hours of live television beginning at 1 o'clock, so keep that in mind. It's going to be a great event.
Oh, it's going to be killer. This is going to be, if you're in Houston and you're into racing, you need to be here. Because, there's nothing better than NHRA. Feeling the pressure of nitro cars going down track is awesome.
Lots of people here. We invite you to. Well,
I'm bringing my
that is
granddaughter
it for this episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. Hey, when you're on Facebook, please give us a like, tell your friends about us, and share our junk. You'll get Conrad's unicorn hunting features along with all things automotive all week long. The In Real Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and on InRealTime.com. Podcasts available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. Special thanks to all of our NHRA guests today, along with Seth Angel, President and GM here at Houston Raceway Park. And also thanks to John Posita with Toyota for sponsoring our show today. The In Real Time Chief Engineer is the fabulous David Ainsley. Our video and marketing man is Mr. Jeffrey Zekin. This week's In Real Time Car Show is produced and directed by 1320. For booking agent and podcast man Mike Out of This World Mars and his royalty king Conrad DeLong, Don Armstrong here saying so long for now. And we hope that you'll join us on the next live show next Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to noon Central Time, right here on the Smoke and Mirrors Network. Thanks for being part of the In Real Time family. Mask up and stay healthy. Don Armstrong, have a great weekend. So long for now.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Real Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to noon Central on Facebook, YouTube, and our InRealTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.